Hi folks, and welcome to day 2 of my 100-day juice feast. Now, yesterday I did a video, but I didn't speak during the video. The reason was because I was observing a day of silence so that I could, really set my intentions for the next 100 days and start the day off and with lots of contemplation and just, let my intuition do the work. So here I am today on day 2. Day 1 was a wonderful success. I made lots of delicious juices, and as you can see, they've worked wonders for me because today on the second day, there have been some big changes, as you can see. It's just what a little bit of green juice can do for you. Make you a little more gorgeous, a little more beautiful, a little more curvy in the right way. Well, anyways, I just thought I would, express some creativity today, and it's been fun. So today I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I have in my juice, and as I mentioned, I'm doing a green juice feast, which means I'm drinking around a gallon of juice a day. My main juices are based on leafy greens, and my juice generally starts with cucumber, celery, then I usually throw in some kind of green like kale, chard, spinach, cilantro, parsley, anything like that. And then I'll add other things, like I'll throw in a few carrots if I want it a little sweeter and want a little quick energy boost. And I'm throwing in some apples too. And this time around, instead of doing the sweeter apples, I'm using Granny Smith because I could be wrong, but I believe they have a lower sugar count because they're not as sweet. Maybe they're just more acidic, but I think they have less sugar, so it's a nice addition to lightly sweeten the juice but not overpower it, and it's a nice treat. And so anyways, essentially what I drink per day, just to show you of an amount, and I don't know how much this is actually measured out to be, but I start my day off with a mason jar of juice, and then I fill this up. So this here is actually a couple mason jars worth. And then I also, to that first juice in the morning, I add like somewhere between a teaspoon and a tablespoon of hemp seed oil to get my omega-3 fatty acids. Now, hemp oil is perfect for this because it has the correct ratio of omega-3 to omega-6 oils, fatty acids rather, so that way you can get a really good dose of the essential oils for your brain. And in addition to this juice, I also usually drink 1 kombucha a day. I buy the GT's kombucha, and then I also will juice some oranges in the evening because I have a sweet tooth, or at least I get sweeter cravings around the evening. That's when I normally have my issues with overeating. And so what I do, instead of juicing a bunch of oranges and cleaning up all that mess, I just cut the oranges up into 4s, and I just bite on them and I suck the juice out, and that way it also gives me this feeling like I'm eating but without actually taking in the pulp. I mean, of course I might get a little bit as I suck the juice out, but most of it I don't, and I try and spit it out if I do get any. So I'm getting all that great juice, so I feel like I've eaten, and then I have a good satiated evening. So anyways, time to enjoy some more of this wonderful juice. And today my juice is cucumber, celery, kale, sorry, not kale, chard, green chard, a little tiny bit of lemon, and there is an entire head of celery in here, which I know it's recommended by JuiceFeasting.com, David Ranoshek, and all that, to do the 1 head of celery when you do the juice feast. Now, usually I don't do this. Usually I do like maybe a half or just a few stalks, and I do more cucumbers. Either way, it seems to work out fine for me, but I'm noticing that with the more celery, the juice is actually a little tastier, and even when I add a lot of greens, the celery flavor is so strong that it really balances up that juice nicely. If I'm ever feeling like, I really just need something different, I will juice some fruit, but I'm trying to stick with mostly greens. Also, in the morning, I do wheatgrass. I do maybe 2 to 4 ounces of wheatgrass. I'm also adding some superfoods, like I have a few things. I've got Elixir of the Lake, by Health Forest Naturals, which is a wonderful blue-green Klamath algae, blue-green algae from Klamath Lake. I've got some spirulina as well from Health Forest Naturals. And I've also got some chlorella, which is also amazing and tastes better than the blue-green algae or the spirulina. So that's all well and good. And I also have their earth formula, which has different roots and things like that. If I'm feeling like I'm getting a little lightheaded on the juice feast, like sometimes you feel a little bit spacey when you've been juicing or you're going through heavier detox and you're not grounded because you don't have as much solid food in your body. Take like a teaspoon or two of this and just mix it up in your juice, and you should feel balanced and feel much better. So anyways, thank you for joining me today on the second day of my juice feast. I am Miss Shekinah Love, in honor of the love of the Divine Feminine, the Goddess, the Shekinah. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste, and I will see you tomorrow.